Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is the second game of the 1972 Roberto Clemente chase for 3,000 hits. If you do not want to know what happened in Game 1, please skip ahead for the next 10 seconds or so. In Game 1, Clemente went 2 for 4, so 2 hits, so he's now 116 hits away from 3,000. All right, today's pitching matchup for the Mets is Gary Gentry. A lot of the Pirates are playing the Mets again. And for the Pirates is Steve Blass. And we'll go ahead, and this is a day game in New York. And once again, it will be 1 to 8 good, 9 to 15 average, and 16 to 20 bad. And that's a 9, so that will be day game in, just in the average category. So once again, it'd be 1 to 8 for lefties for ballpark singles, 1 to 5, and home runs will be 1 to 7 for lefties and 1 to 4 for righties. All right, and we'll go ahead and get started. We'll give you the lineups for the visiting Pirates, same as the last game. Rennie Stennett leading off at second base. Al Oliver at center field batting second. Roberto Clemente batting third and playing right field. Willie Stargell, cleanup hitter, playing left field. Richie Hebner, the third baseman, bats fifth. Manny Sanguin, the catcher, bats sixth. Bob Robertson, the first baseman, batting seventh. Jackie Hernandez, the shortstop, batting eighth, and Steve Blass batting ninth. Defensively, behind Gary Gentry, the starting pitcher, is behind the plates Jerry Grody. First base is Ed Cranepool. Second base is Ken Boswell. Third base is Jim Fregosi, and at shortstop is Bud Harrelson. Left to right in the outfield, Cleon Jones, Tommy Agee, and Rusty Staub. All right, here's the pitch to Rennie Stennett. 6 and a 12. Pitcher X. That's a 20. 1 and a 20. He gets to it. I guess I could roll for a rare play. And it is not. So, yeah, pitcher 1 range and a 20. He'll get to that. And E0 means no chance for errors. So, we'll tap her out in front of the plate. Gentry gets to it and throws out Stennett 1 away. And here's Al Oliver. Two and a 9. Popped up. Shortstop Harrelson calls for it and makes the catch 2 away. And here's Roberto Clemente. Six and a 6, and Clemente will lead off with a 2-out single. And he will not be held on. Here's Willie Stargell. Havoc roll for Gentry. Nothing on the 8. There's a pitch to Willie Stargell. 5 and a 10. Oh boy. Oh, Harrelson is a 1. Is he? No, he's a 2. So this will it'll kick away. And he will reach base, or he'll get to it and just eat it. Harrelson's a 23. That's a 7. Shortstop. There is no 7, so little single, he gets to it, but it doesn't even make the throw. And runners on first and second with 2 outs. For Richie Hebner. Havoc roll for Gentry. Nothing on the 19. And here's the pitch to Hebner. 2 and a 10. Ballpark blast. He's normal power. That ball is high. That ball is deep. And kiss it goodbye. 3-run homer for Richie Hebner. And it is 3-0 Pirates. See that once again, 2 and a 10. Ballpark blast, and it's 1-7 for lefties. And that was a 1. So, well, 2-out magic here for the Pirates gives them a 3-0 lead. And here's Manny Sanguillen. 6 and a 7. That's outside ball 4. And now Gentry can't even get a... they will not hold on Sanguillen. Here's Bob Robertson. 7th man to bat in the inning. Nothing on the 6 for the Havoc. Three and an 11. Popped up foul territory. Third base side. Third baseman Fergosi calls for it and makes the catch to retire the side. But not until the Pirates score 3 and lead 3-0 going to the bottom of the first. And Steve Blass will finish his warm-up tosses. He will face same lineup the Mets were out in Game 1. Harrelson, Boswell, and Agee, Staub, Jones, and Fergosi, and Cranepool, Grody, and Gentry. And here is Bud Harrelson. 6 and an 11. Switch hitter batting left-handed. That's just a bit low, ball 4. So, Harrelson with the leadoff walk. Let's see. Oh, Blast is a good hold. -4 and Sanguillen's a -2, so that you cap that at -5. And -2 more would be 1 to a well, you get the automatic jump, so you get -4, -5. They will hold him on. All right, Havoc roll for Blast. Nothing there. And here's the pitch to Ken Boswell. 5 and a 6. And that's a 5 and 6 lefty. That's ripped into the gap. And into second base with a double is Boswell, and the Mets are responding with offense of their own. Second and third, nobody out, and with the first inning and up 3, they're not going to bring the infield in, but let's hope the Pirates are hoping they don't give this away just as soon as they got it. Havoc roll, nothing on the 17. Here's Tommy Agee. 4 and a 7. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. Big strikeout for Steve Blass. 1 down. Still have more work to do. Here's Rusty Staub, La Grande Orange. Nothing on the 20. And here's the pitch to Staub. Whoops, and that does not count because all dice did not go through the tray or the tower. 6 and a 7. Second base X chance, and we'll re-roll that D20 because it's a leaner. Yeah, it's a leaner. All right, so 6, 7. That's the second baseman. That is Rennie Stennett. He is a 4 and a 7. 4 and a 7. Oof, that's a G3 second. They weren't holding anybody on. Well, they weren't. The Harrelson on third, they weren't holding him on. So they weren't holding on Boswell. So no holding him on. That's just in range. And Stennett is an E23. And a 9. There is no 9. So nice diving stop. Throws to first. They get Staub. Scoring from third is Harrelson. Moving to third is Boswell. So Mets get a run back. But there are 2 outs. Bringing up Cleon Jones. Nothing on the 9. And here's the pitch to Cleon Jones. Oops. Wow. 4 and an 8. And that's a bit outside, ball 4. So first walk for Blass. Keeps the inning alive for Jim Fregosi. Nothing on the 14. Here's Fregosi. 1 and an 8. Oh, that was just outside his walk range. Ground ball to short. Throws to first. They get Fregosi, and that retires the side. Mets get a run back. Could have been a lot worse for the Pirates here. And after an inning complete, it is the Pirates 3 and the Mets 1. And due up for the Pirates here, in the top of the second is Hernandez Blass, and the top of the order, Rennie Stennett. Oops. Hold on, I've got the wrong pitcher hitting card here for the Pirates, so I'll be right back just a second. All right, and here's Jackie Hernandez to lead off the top of the second. Oops, and geez, I'm going to get better at getting these in the tower. 5 and a 5. Shortstop chance, and 2 and a 2. Wow. Devil Die not going well for Harrelson. 3, 6, and a 7. 23 and a 7. There is no 7. There was a 6. No, it's not. 3 and 13. So Hernandez, little chopper and tough play. Harrelson knocks it down. They'll call it a single. And Hernandez will be there. And the Mets are expecting a bunt. They're going to bring the corners in. Blass using pitcher hitting card number 3. Not a bad hitting pitcher, but they're going to call for the bunt here. Nothing on the 6. Okay, bunt will be to the first baseman, I believe. No, it's right out in front of home plate. And an 8. And that's a good sacrifice. So Blass lays it down. Grody to the second baseman, Boswell covering. 1 away. And here's Rennie Stennett. Grounded out his first time up. And havoc roll for Gentry. Nothing on the 7. 1 and a 9. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. First strikeout for Gentry. And here's Al Oliver. 2 down Runner on second. And Havoc roll for Gentry. Nothing on the 14. One and a 7. Ground ball to second. Easy play there for Boswell. Throws out Oliver, and that retires the side. Go to the bottom of the second. Pirates 3, Mets 1. All right, and bottom of the order due up for the Mets here in the bottom of the second. Kranepool, Grody, and Gentry. All right, here is Kranepool. Six and a 7. Second base X. That 16's a little bit more friendly to Rennie Stinnett. Ooh, but a 13 may not be. 23 and a 13. Nope, just 5. Yeah, 5, 11, and 17. 11 and 17 are errors. So nice play by Stinnett, ranging towards second. Throws to first and gets him. Here's Jerry Grody. Three and an 8. That's a ground ball to second base, and Stinnett a little easier play this time. We'll get Grody 2 down. Here is Gary Gentry using pitcher hitting card number 1. All right, here's a pitch to Gentry. 6 and a 3. That's against, he's batting right-handed. Ground ball to second, and Rennie Stinnett assists on all 3 outs. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the top of the third. 3-1 Pirates. All right, and due up for the Pirates here in the top of the third, Clemente, Stargell, and Hebner. Clemente with a 2-out base hit his last time up. Got a 3-run rally started for the Pirates. And here's the pitch to Clemente. 1 and a 7. Unfortunately, not a clutch situation, so that's swung on and missed. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Gentry. And here's Willie Stargell. One and a 9. Ballpark blast. That ball is gone. 1-7, and that was a 3 on the ballpark blast. So Stargell makes it 4-1 Pirates here in the top of the third. And here's Richie Hebner. 3 and a 7. Found the field goal roll there. Those who have never watched my channel or never heard about it, if a out is in between 2 times where a player gets on base, that's called a field goal roll. And Kranepool takes it to the bag himself, 2 away. And here's Manny Sanguillen. Five and a 6. And Sanguillen swings and misses, struck him out. But the Pirates extend their lead on the Stargell homer and lead 4-1 after 2.5. And Blast will face top of the order Harrelson, Boswell, and Agee. Or Harrelson, Boswell, and Agee. All right, here's the pitch to Bud Harrelson. 1 and a 7. Ground ball to second. And Stinnett throws out Stinnett throws out Harrelson 1 away. Here's Ken Boswell. Two and a 9. Rennie Stinnett getting busy. That's the 5th straight play that he is assisted on. 2 away. And here's Tommy Agee. Can he get the 6-pack challenge here? Or 5 straight outs that he's had, yeah. 4 and a 10. Ooh, that's to the center fielder. That is Oliver, 3 and a 3. He will not get to that one. 3 and 3. That's going to get over his head and take a bounce to the wall. And oh boy. Oliver, E6 and a 16. There's a 3 and a 3, 4, 15, and 18. There is no 16. So into second with a 2-out double is Tommy Agee, former Cleveland Indian and Chicago White Sox. And here's the former Montreal Expo and Detroit Tiger Rusty Staub. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 18. And here's Staub. 4 and a 7 against the lefty. 1 to 14 single chance. We will re-roll that because that's a leaner. And on the 16, that's not good enough. Ground ball to short. And that will retire the side. Mets leave 1. And going to the top of the 4th, 4 to 1, Pirates. And Robertson, Hernandez, and Blast do up here in the top of the 4th. All right, here's Bob Robertson. Oops, and we'll redo that one. One and a 5. Ballpark Blast, but being a righty does not help him. 1 to 7, be good for a lefty, but not good for a righty. So that's a fly ball to deep left field. Caught by Cleon Jones, 1 away. Just missed. And here's Jackie Hernandez. 4 triple 4s there. 4 and an 8. And Hernandez draws a 1-out walk. So Jackie Hernandez has reached base 2 times today. And Blast, with 1 out. Yeah, I guess, okay, we'll roll to decide if 1 to 3 that they're going to expect a bunt, 4 to 6 they are not. And they are not expecting a bunt. I think Blast will swing away. 1 out, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There's my D20. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 20. So Blast swings away. One and a 10. And wow. That's pitcher rating card number 3 for Blast. That's a straight single. No stars. So Hernandez runs at a 14. It's assumed to go to center. Let's see. AG is a -2. Hernandez not being held on makes him a 13. They'll just hold right there. So first and second. 1 out. And back to Rennie Stinnett. Nothing on the 10. And Stennett's 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. 6 and a 9. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Number 4 for Gentry, 2 down. Here's Al Oliver, 0 for 2 himself. So havoc roll for Gentry. Nothing on the 3. Here's the pitch to Oliver. 3 and a 9. Little roller to first. And Cranepool takes it to the bag himself to retire the side. To the bottom of the 4th, Pirates lead 4-1. And Blast will face Jones, Fergosi, and Cranepool here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Cleon Jones. 2 and an 8. Oh, 1-3 home run chance, but the devil die comes up a 6. So that's a fly ball to left field. And Stargell goes back and makes the catch a step in front of the warning track. And here's Jim Fergosi. 5 and a 12. Pitcher chance. Oh, that's not good. 2 and a 1. That's going to be a base hit. Yep. And will Blast make an error? He is an E11. An 8 on an E11. Nope. 2, 12, 3, 12, 15, 16, and 18. So perfectly placed ground ball. Pitcher can't get to it, and reaching on a single is Jim Fergosi. They will probably not hold on. No, they will not hold on Fergosi. And here is Ed Cranepool. Nothing on the 9. 5 and a 5. Against the lefty, that ball is... He has normal power against righties. Driven to deep center field. Right center field. Back, and gone. 2-run homer for Ed Cranepool. And the Mets are right back into this one, 4-3. And here's Jerry Grody. One and a 9. And that ball is ripped into left center field. Cutting it off is the left fielder Stargell. He will hold Grody to a single. And right now Blast cannot find he found the strike zone with Cranepool, but he hit it out. But now here's Gentry. And he will be looking to bunt here, I believe. Yeah, being a 1. So they will play, I guess the corners will be in. So havoc roll, nothing on the 14. Let's see, that is a 5. So that's going to the first baseman. So, oh boy. Gentry is a B bunter, makes him a C bunter. C and a 10. Pops it up. And the first baseman, Robertson, makes the catch. 2 down. I guess it's better than hitting into a double play. There's Bud Harrelson. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Havoc roll for Glass. 1-5, it's a wild pitch. Not on the 8. Good stop by Manny Sanguillen. Here's Harrelson. And that's a ground ball back to the mound, and Blast will throw out Harrelson, and that retires the side. But they get 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Kranepool. And we go to the top of the 5th, 4-3 Pirates. And Gentry will face Clemente, Stargell, and Hebner here in the top of the 5th. There's Clemente. 6 and an 8. And that's ball 4. Clemente will walk again. Just the first time he's walked, so he's now 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. They will not hold on Clemente. And here is Willie Stargell. And 1-7, Clemente goes to second base. Not on the 10. So here's Stargell. 3 and a 5. And that's just a bit inside. And Stargell walks. He's now reached base all 3 times. Single, home run, and a walk. And I think they'll let him get out of trouble here. Here's Richie Hebner. Nothing on the havoc roll. Hebner homered and grounded out in 2 attempts. Six and a 7, and Gentry cannot get anybody out. Loads the bases. For Manny Sanguillen, who's been all or nothing walk or strikeout today. Nothing on the 15. And here's Sanguillen. 5 and an 8. Struck him out. Big strikeout for Gentry. And the Mets will play the infield in still with, should have been playing in already, but now they will be playing in with 1 out for Robertson. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 15. Robertson 0 for 2, fouled out and flew out. 2 and an 8. And Gentry strikes him out, so back-to-back strikeouts, and it's up to Jackie Hernandez to get any runs home. Hernandez gains a hit on a 1-7. And that's it. So, havoc roll. Nothing on the 16. One and a 5. And Gentry strikes out the side. Wow. So the Pirates leave them loaded. And see if that gives the Mets a boost in morale here. Getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. And allowing the Pirates to not score. And using a line from you get nothing. Good day, sir. All right. Boswell, Agee, and Staub due up for the Mets here in the bottom of the 6th. And here's Boswell. 1 for 2 with a double. 1 and a 9. And that's a ground ball to first. And Robertson tags the bag himself. 1 away. And here's Tommy Agee. Agee is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. And that's a fly ball to left field. And Stargell makes the catch 2 away. Here's Rusty Staub. Saw 2 groundouts today. 5 and a 7. And against the lefty, it's a fly ball to center field, and Oliver races back and makes the catch to retire the side. And we go to the top of the 6th. 4-3, Pirates lead. And Gentry will face Blass, Stennett, and Oliver. Going to be the 4th time through the order, so this could be his last inning of work. All right, and here's Steve Blass, 1-for-2 single and a sacrifice. Oops, and we will not count that one. Oh, geez. Wow, third time's the charm. So, Blass fouled off 2 pitches. There we go. Okay. And a 4-12 is a fly ball to center field. And AG makes the catch, 1 away. And here's Rennie Stennett. Three and a 10. Weak ground ball to second. And Stennett is now 0 for 4. Here is Al Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 3 himself, so not a good time for the top of the order for the Pirates today. Three and an 8. Fly ball to left field. And Jones corrals it and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So Gentry goes 6 innings. That would probably be capped him there. His point of weakness is the 7th, so we'll probably take him out. And Blass will face Jones, Fergosi, and Kranepool here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Cleon Jones. Cleon is 0 for 1 with a walk. 1 and an 8. Swung on and missed, struck him out. That's the 2nd strikeout for Blass. Here's Jim Fergosi. Six and a 9. Ground ball to shortstop, and Jackie Hernandez throws out Fergosi, 2 down. Here's Ed Kranepool. Maybe we'll let Gentry start the 7th. See where that goes. 3 and a 7. And that's a fly ball to center field. Al Oliver traces back and makes the catch. And that retires the side. And this will definitely be Gentry's last inning. He's due up 2nd in the 7th. And Blass will come in the dugout. And Gentry will face Clemente, Stargell, and Hebner here in the top of the 7th, with the Pirates leading 4-3. And here's Clemente. He is 1 for 2, single and a walk and a strikeout. Nope. And we'll do that again. Clemente fouls it off. 4 and a 7. 1 to 8 single chance. That's a 19. So line drive caught by Boswell. 1 away. There's Willie Stargell. Stargell is 2 for 2, single, home run, and a walk. 2 and a 6. That's a 13. So another single for Willie Stargell. And they will not hold him on. And we're going to get bullpen action for the Mets. You have Ray Sadecki and Jim McAndrew. I'm sorry, no, yeah, well, actually, we're going to go with Buzz Capra. Buzz Capra and Ray Sadecki are loosening in the Met bullpen with one out here in the top of the 7th. And Richie Hebner due up. Nothing on the Havoc roll. Hebner is 1 for 2 with a home run and a walk. Home run, ground out, and a walk. One and an 11. Popped up behind home plate. Grody throws off the mask and makes the catch 2 down. And here is Manny Sanguillen. Five and a 10. That's a shortstop X. Harrelson with a 7. We'll get to this as a 2 range. That's outside of the pound signs too, so. And a 10. There should be no 10s. E23. Yeah, no 10. So ground ball to short, and Gentry completes the inning, and the fans give him an ovation, realizing he's probably going to be taken out, and he will. So we're going to have, going to the bottom of the 7th, sing stretch time. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for your favorite team if they win. It's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, Grody, John Milner has grabbed a bat, and he will pinch hit. And back to the top of the order. All right, here's Blast. He still has another inning before he becomes weak. Oops, and that did not count. Three and a 10. Ballpark single chance. 16's not good enough. So let's see. We'll say it's a ground ball to third. And that will be retiring Grody. Here's John Milner to pinch hit for Gentry. All right. So one down here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's John Milner. 2 and a 10, ground ball to second, and another play for Rennie Stinnett. He's been the defensive hero for this game almost, with all his assists. And back to the top of the order, Bud Harrelson. Bud is 0 for 2 with a walk. Oops, One and a 5. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Blast, but he is through 7. And we go to the top of the 8th. And let's see who we will have come into the game for the pitch. So you have due up for the inning is Robertson, Hernandez, and Blast. So 3 righties. So we will get the righty Buzz Capra will take the mound for the New York Mets. All right. There's Bob Robertson, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And we'll do that again. 3 and a 5. And Robertson swung on and missed, struck him out. Here's Jackie Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Jeez. So at this point, again, I'll be just dropping in the other dice. Die. 3 and a 7. Ground ball to short. And Harrelson throws out Hernandez 2 down. And here's Steve Blass. 1 for 2 with a single and a sacrifice. 4 and a 10. I'll have to re-roll the ballpark single because I moved it. So, chance for Blass. Right-handed batter needs a 1 to 5. And that's a 10, so that is 4, 10. I'm not going to give him the strikeout. I'll give him the line drive to let's see. Yeah, line drive to short. And that retires the side. So the Pirates go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 8th. You go to the bottom half. This is Blass's point of weakness. Boswell, Agee, and Staub do up. 6 and a 7. Second base X. Stinnett, a 4 and a 6. Yes, Stinnett's a 4. No, he'll knock it down, but won't be able to get Boswell. Will he reach second base? On a 10, most likely not. 23, there's an 11, but not a 10. So, leadoff single for Boswell, and the Pirates will get bullpen action. Dave Justy and Bob Miller are loosening in the bullpen. And Boswell leadoff single. He will not be held on. Here's Tommy Agee. Nothing on the 4. Six and a 10. Third base chance. That's going to be trouble. Let's see. Hebner is a 3. 1 is a 2-star single. Hebner is a E12, so not bad. That's 11. Ooh, E13 would have been 11, but E12 is not. So first and third, nobody out, and the Pirates will make the call to the bullpen. Dave Justy will replace Blass. Here in the bottom of the 8th. And 4 to 3. Yeah, they will play the infield in to try to cut off the run and not tie the game. Havoc roll for Staub. Nothing on the 6. Staub is 0 for 3. He'd like to change that. 6 and a 6, and he will not. Struck him out. Wow. So and here is Cleon Jones. Havoc roll for none on the 13. Here's Jones, 0 for 2 with a walk. 5 and a 3. Pitcher chance. Justy is a 3 and a 2. That's not going to work. That will... Little dribbler. And Justy, E19 and a 9. And there is a 9. So a single and an error. Scoring from third is Boswell. Moving to third is Agee on the error. And runners still on the corners. Tie game, bottom of the 8th. And Tug McGraw is possibly starting to loosen in the bullpen, yes. And they will bring the infield in. Sorry, we have 1 out here. Runners on the corners. Here's Jim Fregosi. Nothing on the 3. Six and a 7. And that's a 1, so that will get through for a base hit. Scoring is Agee. To third is, oops, that would have been second and third. The third is Jones. And the Mets have taken a 5-4 lead. And Tug McGraw will be loosening in the bullpen. He will come into the game if he does not need to be pinch hit for. Okay, so here's Cranepool, 1 away still. Nothing on the havoc roll. There's Cranepool. His 2-run homer in the 4th helped the Mets out. 1 and a 5. And Justy walks the bases loaded. Oh, boy. And here's Jerry Grody. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 3. And the infield is in with the bases loaded. I don't think I have to say that, but yes, infield is in. 5 and an 8. Second base chance. The 20 is okay for Stennett. And a 7 on an E23. 5-11, so 4 and a 20. That's a G1. Bases loaded. Infield in. So, with 1 out, ball hits sharply to the second baseman. Stennett throws home to get Jones. And the relay to first is in time. 4-2-3 double play. Don't see those too often, but it just happened. And that retires the side, but not until the Mets get 2 runs on 4 hits. They stranded 1, and we go to the top of the 9th. Mets lead 5-4, and we will have a double switch? Maybe. Timeout. All right, and... Oops, excuse me. All right, so the Mets have made a double switch. Let's see here. Duffy Dyer will come in to catch, and he will move down to the 9 spot, and the pitcher spot will now be the 8th spot in the order. And Tug McGraw has come in to try to close out the game. And he will face the top of the order, Stennett, Oliver, and Clemente. Here in the top of the ninth. Pirates trailing 5-4. 5 and a 9. Struck him out. Stennett has the hat trick. Here's Al Oliver, lefty-lefty matchup. Four and a 7. Against a lefty, 1-9 double chance. That is a 19. So leadoff single or one out single, for Al Oliver. And he will not be held on. Here's Roberto Clemente. Nothing on the 16. And here's the pitch to Clemente. Two and a 6 against the lefty. That's ripped into center field. That's a base hit. Rounding second, heading to third is Oliver. And runners on first and third. Second hit of the game for Clemente. And decision time for the Mets. I think you have to play the infield in to try to cut off the run at the plate. Havoc roll for Stargell. 1-4, and this game is tied. No. All right, here's lefty-lefty matchup for Wilver Darnell Stargell. 6 and a 3. Fly ball left field. Cleon Jones is a 4 and a 13. That's deep. Jones is an E4. That's a 10. There is no 10, but that 4 and the 13 makes it an F1, so that's a deep enough to get the run home. And this game is tied. Holding at first is Clemente. And Justy will be taken out of the game. We'll have Bob Miller loosening in the bullpen. All right, and here is Richie Hebner. Nothing on the 9. 4 and an 11 lefty. That's ball 4. And McGraw has not been relief. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Tie game at 4. And Manny Sanguillen now up. They are not holding any runners on. Nothing on the 17. Three and an 11. Ballpark single, a righty, 1-5. That is a 5. So just dropping one in, and everybody has to hold 90 feet. Bob Robertson trying to be the hero here. Nothing on the 18. All right. 2 and a 10. And against the lefty, he draws a walk. And the go-ahead run has scored from third base. Wow. And here's Jackie Hernandez. And Ray Sadecki is now loosening in the bullpen along with Jim McAndrew. This has not gone well. They almost said Buzz Capper. Said I could have done better than this. 2 outs, bases loaded. Jackie Hernandez up. 3 and a 5 against the lefty. Struck him out. But not until the Pirates get 2 of their own and take a 6-5 lead. Oh, 9th inning magic for the Pirates. Will the Mets have any 9th inning magic? And here comes Bob Miller. After Justy did not have a great bottom of the 8th. Miller will face Dyer, Harrelson, and Boswell. Here's Dyer to lead off. 1 and a 7. Fly ball to center field, and Oliver makes the catch. Oops. 1 away. Here's Bud Harrelson. And nothing there because all the dice did not go through. Here's Harrelson. Harrelson 0 for 5. 5 and a 2. Switch hitter batting left-handed, fly ball to center field. And once again, Oliver there to make the catch. And last chance for the Mets here is Ken Boswell. 2 and a 3. Ground ball to short. Jackie Hernandez up with it. Throws to first. And that's your ball game. Final score from Shea Stadium. The Pirates win this one 6-5. And we'll be right back with the line score. All right, final line score. Pirates 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Mets 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Dave Justy is your winning pitcher, and Bob Miller gets the save. And Tug McGraw is your loser. The reason we're doing this, Roberto Clemente, 2 hits. So now he needs 114 hits in 405 plate appearances. Well, yeah, 405 plate appearances. So, actually, no, 404 plate appearances. He made 5 plate appearances. So 404 plate appearances, needs 114 more hits. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you'd like. Please leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. And if you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos. And whatever games you are playing, please enjoy them to your fullest. Have a good day, everybody.